Bang, bang, bang. What's good, guys? It's your boy Eru back again with another podcast. It's podcast number 2 for today. Hopefully, you guys caught the Knicks. I keep messing it up, but Knicks Germany, Knicks Nation Germany. I was speaking to Daniel. So anyway, that's kind of an emotional experience there a little bit, man. I hope you guys get to take a look at that, and we'll revisit that again. Hopefully, I have him on the show again, and we can continue this beautiful thing that we're doing here for the Knicks. But anyway, this podcast here is about basically the preseason recap. I'm going to recap not so much the game against Washington, but just the Knicks as a whole leading forward. Shout out to New York in the background, leaning forward into the season, man. It's a lot to be excited about. So shout out to the chat. I see you guys talking in here before I got in here. Sorry for being late. Like I said, it's hectic just now after going on with Knicks Nation Germany, man. It's an amazing experience doing this podcast stuff, and I'm happy to be associated with you guys. Knicks Nation. I'm happy to put out content. Happy to interact with so many different great people, man. And it's just an amazing thing, man. I just can't believe it. Can't believe I'm doing this here, man. It seems like it's nothing, but it really is a lot. I said that to Jay Boogie not too long ago. So it's such an insignificant thing, man. In the grand scheme of things, man. But it's an amazing experience that we're going through here. Anyway, Dire Knicks. Let's talk about some Knicks, man. So first, before we do that, let's take a look at this here. Dikembe Mutombo has like a brain tumor or something like that. His family issued a statement and stuff like that. So it is a brain tumor. I'm looking at it. Listen, that's all I need to say. The family said just keep us in your prayers, but we would like to have some privacy during this time. Cancer of any kind is no good. Brain cancer, on the other hand, I'm quite sure is traumatic for their family. I've experienced some things like that in my life, and it's not really like the best time, to be around the family when something like that has happened, man. So my thoughts and prayers go out to Dikembe Mutombo. Once a Knick, always a Knick. Anyway, let's get back into some Knicks stuff, man. The Knicks made some transactions. We're cutting the roster down to 15. So we dropped off James Akinjo, who's actually pretty good. He's another player. Jalen Harris got some burn in the preseason. And I actually like him a lot. To have him still along in the G League team will be great. Jaquan Jeffries. But all three of these guys, they might have a better opportunity getting money, big time, money overseas and stuff, man, playing well. So Jalen Harris, there's one guy that I really do like, man. Jaquan Jeffries too. I did a whole podcast on him, just to give him respect because I think he's a good player as well. Shout out to Akinjo. He's good too. So much love and respect to these guys, man. I got to keep the positivity up, man. Hopefully these guys can stick on somewhere and show other teams what they can do. Hopefully not against the Knicks. So anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's get into Tom Thibodeau. This is what Tom Thibodeau had to say about the rosters and stuff like that. So this is basically going to paint the picture for everything that I'm going to say here. So, like we always say here, get it from the horse's mouth rather than secondhand information from all these quote-unquote beat writers. Anyway, before I do that, let me just make sure I got it the audio on because I got a feeling the audio is not on. So let's do this. This is live television, guys. Once again, I apologize for being late because, like I said, went through kind of a little bit of an emotional roller coaster there just now with Knicks Nation Germany, man. But it's all good. Let's get up in here. All right, we should have live audio on right now.
Well, we'll see. We still have time. So, and no matter where we go with it, nothing is set in stone. So you have injuries. You have different situations where the need may be different. You may be in foul trouble. You may be looking for a lift in a different way. So each guy on our team has certain strengths that can help us win.
Yeah, so basically stay ready. You got to stay ready. Knicks Nation, you might have your favorite player. Your favorite player might not play, a.k.a. Cam Reddish. He might not play a game, especially starting off with Quentin Grimes back and stuff like that. If Tom Thibodeau goes to a 10-man rotation, he's basically saying that guys might not play right now, but they're going to be needed throughout the 82-game season. Guys get hurt all the time. Guys get in foul trouble. Guys get, a lot of things happen throughout the course of the year because life is the way it is. very random. You know what I'm trying to say? So please, keep a positive mindset about certain things. If guys aren't playing like this year, I'm not going to waste a lot of time with the whole Tom Thibodeau's stupid until he proves otherwise. But right now with the preseason, the way things are going, right now I'm kind of on Tom Thibodeau's side at the moment, and I don't plan to leave unless he, like I said, unless he gives me a reason to. So let's speed through this, man. This is Jalen Brunson, man. This dude here, I can't say enough about him. We all know that he's good. He's a good player in this, that, and the other. But watch this play. If this is the correct play that I queued up here, watch this play. Here he goes. Yeah, this is it. Look at this. Boop, boop. Like a magician. There was another angle. I can't find it, right? But I'll just keep playing here. He just came up to right in front of him and just disappeared. Watch this. Just like he wasn't even there. He walked right through him. 55 had no chance. 55, I can't get his name right at the moment also. But he's a good player. He's been around Washington for a little while. Look, he was standing in front of him. Now he wasn't. He like he wasn't even there. And that's what Jalen Brunson does. Every single time he drives, I don't know how he gets into the paint. He doesn't have a good first step. He's not explosive. He's not explosive athletically. But somehow this guy, Jalen Brunson, is able to get into the paint anytime he wants. And it's no contest. You cannot strip him. I've yet to see anybody get the ball and get the hand on the ball when he's dribbling, or disrupt his dribbling at all, unless he himself loses the ball. That second game in the preseason versus the Pacers, he lost the ball quite a few times in that first quarter. But I think only because there was something going on there. These guys were tired, or they must have had something going on in their stay in Indiana that caused everyone because both teams were sluggish. So there was something definitely going on, to start that game. But look, I can't get enough of this move, man. Boop, boop, like he's not even there. The guy was playing defense. It's not like he wasn't playing defense, but he just disappeared right in front of him, man. This guy is amazing. Yeah, DeLon Wright. Thank you guys, man. It's definitely DeLon Wright, man. This guy, he's amazing. I can't. It's impossible to talk about him as to say anything else. It's impossible to say anything else about the guy. What's your projections of what he's gonna do next year and all this other stuff? It's like that shit is overblown. That conversation, I see people having that conversation on podcasts. I feel like that's overblown, man. This dude, man, is the real deal. That's all that needs to be said. What you think is this going to be, or what do you think he's going to mean to the roster? At this point now, we done seen it enough that we don't need to have those conversations. Just look at that move, man, that I just showed you a billion times, and it is what it is there. Here goes R.J. Barrett. So now this is another move. Out of all the moves that we've been seeing this preseason, this one right here just epitomizes everything that I wanted him to be able to do up until this point. And now I've seen him do certain things in this preseason that shows me not the simple fact that, we need to give him develop him, need to give him the ball, need to get him shots. He needs to be the number one option. All this other bullshit everybody keeps talking about. Everything that needs to be said is said right here in this video. Look at this, man. Took the contact like he ain't nothing. Just spun around him and just laid it up, man. RJ was not doing that up until this point. Watch this, man. Like he's not even there. Take the bump. That didn't do nothing. All it did was stop him, and he spun off him and laid it right up. Who's guarding him? It's not some schmuck guarding him. It's a decent NBA player. We're talking about Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma been around this NBA. He's played high level basketball in this NBA. He scored 18 points per game in this NBA. He's been around for a while. He's got some size to him. They had him playing power forward for Christ's sake. In LA and they had him playing power forward last year too for Washington. But look, like he's not nothing. Like he's not even there. And R.J. Barrett, ladies and gentlemen, is 6'6". It's not like R.J. Barrett is 6'9" or something like that. He just dismantled this guy like he wasn't even there. And this is something that R.J. was not doing, man. It's not about we need to give him shots. You need to give him the ball. Let him do what he does. No, this is something new. This is something new that he wasn't able to do before. Finishing at the rim, having a bag, having little things that can get him buckets, man. So this is it right here. This is the 20 points per game that people will keep crying for RJ that he's going to get this year if stupid ass Tom Thibodeau gives him the ball. It's not that simple, man. It's the simplicity of it is the simple fact that this kid right here is getting better right before our eyes, and this is how he's getting better. He's never done this before, guys. So I'm excited for this kid. Like, we all know that he's going to be good. We believe in him. He's good. He comes from a good family, all this, that, and the other. But when it comes down to it, can you prove it on the basketball court? And this kid right here, This, like I said, this is one move. Like the last recap that I did, I was talking about it. He had a couple dribble moves, a couple layup moves that he finished strong, extending to the basket. But this right here, this is something here that's incredible to me. I just think it's incredible. And it just shows you, the trajectory of this kid's career, man. It's freaking amazing. One more shot here. This is basically like a Mitchell Robinson. Wow. So I mean, let's put this here. Mitchell Robinson. So everybody knows here. Everybody knows that you follow this channel, Die Hard Knicks podcast, Eru, me. I've been talking shit about Mitchell Robinson for 4 years now. This is going on his 5th season, the beginning of the year. I need to see something different. I need to see something different. I know people say, oh, he's going to do this. Oh, he can block threes or he can guard 5 positions. All bullshit. All bullshit. What's the real? Okay, he is an offensive rebounder, yes. But the manner in which he played is completely different in this preseason compared to he's ever played before. And like for those that don't make that connection with their argument, all full of shit. Because Mitchell Robinson, for all the muscle that he put on last year, quote unquote, injury prone constantly, him blocking 3-point shots and things of that nature. The meat and potatoes of this conversation is he's a freaking NBA center. He's an NBA center. He needs to be able to play NBA center, not guard the point guard. Not cover 94 feet to cover everybody's man. That is not why he's here. He's here to play NBA center. Like his all these other things that people want him to do. Yes, that's going to add to his game. It's gonna bring positivity to his game. But he needs to stay at the center. There was a couple plays in this preseason where he came out the hole. As soon as he came out the hole, we had nobody there. We had Obi there, quickly recovering from him. So we don't need Mitchell Robinson coming out to guard the perimeter because we have guys that's supposed to be able to do that. Mitchell Robinson needs to stay right down in this paint for this particular reason. Watch this video, man. This is not something that we've seen before. So regardless if somebody's gonna say, "Oh man, he's been doing that this whole," no, he has not. Offensive rebounding, yes, but in the manner and in the strength and the dominance and the freaking I know the freaking Washington front court is light, especially with KP not there. But KP is not exactly like the most dominant post person. So if KP was there, KP probably would have got the business too. But let's just watch this video. I'm really excited about what I'm seeing from Mitchell Robinson. So I mean, look, before I even say that, let me just start that from the beginning, because the major this is almost like an offensive play here. Get the shot up. If Mitchell Robinson is such a great offensive rebounder, you believe it, get the shot up. Okay, stop trying to force him alley-oops. Get the shot up and watch Mitchell Robinson grab that offensive rebound. So let's start it from the beginning here. This is exactly what happens. Jalen Brunson is court aware. He has the ball in the paint doing his thing. He might not have the correct shot, but instead of trying to force a fucking alley-oop to Mitchell Robinson, look at this. Just get the shot up, baby. Look who got it. Mitchell Robinson. He's going to get the offensive rebound. At this point, this kid is an offensive rebound. Look at that. Julius Randle, get the shot up, bro. Get the shot up. Look who's going to get it. Mitchell Robinson is there. If you don't have somebody big to guard Mitchell Robinson, he's going to embarrass you every time. Taj Gibson, they had to put him out there to defend Mitchell Robinson. Look, he's just there tapping it in. You cannot do shit about it. Look at Taj Gibson crying over there. But that's an ex-teammate. He knows what's up. Look, this where's the help? He's looking for the help. Where is the help? There is no help if you don't have the size and the strength to deal with Mitchell Robinson now in 2022-23 season. So this is what the fucking shit is. Watch before he tips it in. Look at the bullshit shot that RJ put up there. The thing is, put it on the rim, and Mitchell Robinson is going to get the offensive rebound, baby. I think he had 9 to 8 offensive rebounds the last game. Come on, man. I think he had 9. I think he had 9 offensive rebounds, if I'm not mistaken, 9 or 8, something like that. 4 defensive rebounds. Okay, cool. He's not doing a job, with the defensive rebounds because in the NBA they shoot a lot of threes. All these teams been shooting bullshit threes and stuff, this year, and just in the last few years, so the guards are going to get the defensive rebounds a lot because they be long rebounds. But offensive rebounds, get the shot up, whether or not it's a good shot or not, get it on the rim. Mitchell Robinson is going to get that thing, baby, and that's really all I have to say there about these videos and stuff. I guess I'll leave that up there for a little while longer, because I can't get enough of it. I love big man play. Shout out to Patrick Ewing. I've come from the Patrick Ewing era. I come from the '80s where there was nothing but dominant big men in the league, man. So when I see a dominant big man, I got to give them props. Right up until this point, Mitch Robinson has not been dominant, man. I don't know what people have been looking at. They're just looking at imaginations and pulling stuff from what they like a comic book almost. It's like ridiculous. Like let's look at what's actually happening on the court. This stuff here, his dominance, bodying people where people can't deal with him down there. This is a whole different animal here, man. Like I said, RJ's a whole different animal. He's going to be amazing this year, and not because people say, "Oh, they need to give him minutes, they need to give him the ball." It's not the reason. The reason is that now he's through training and his own personal development. He is ready to do everything that you've been saying the last freaking 4 years with RJ, except that now there's a reason to say it because he's going to do it. Jalen Brunson, this kid, I mean, he might be a freaking all-star this year, Jalen Brunson. So that's basically got big three because I can mention Julius Randle. I mentioned him the last podcast. Three dribble Julius Randle. That's all he needs to do. Get the ball, look, 3 dribbles, pass it or shoot it. You know what I'm trying to say? Between Mitchell Robinson, getting the boards from his misses or whatever, and between Jalen Brunson and RJ running offense and things of that nature, Julius Randle's going to get his. Julius Randle's going to get his, best believe. And there's going to be times where we can give him the ball and let him do what he does within 3 dribbles. Nothing more than that. None of this, over dribbling and running the point and stuff like that. What he's been doing in this preseason, man, is an eye-opening experience, man. And it should be eye-opening experience for fans. We should not constantly be talking about the same shit all the time. Like Julius Randle, to me, in these 4 preseason games, already proved that he's a different player. Believe it. Believe what your eyes are seeing. Mitchell Robinson is a different player. I'm believing it. I'm believing it. RJ, I've been sitting on him too. I was talking about other players and saying that other players are on par with him. It was true for the time. Right now, through the work that RJ Barrett has done, the work that I want him to do, and just to prove that he can score in this NBA, he showed it this preseason, man. So and like I said, Jalen Brunson is who he is. I just mentioned 4 guys there. Whether it's Fournier or Grimes and all these guys that you want to start, it's really irrelevant to the story. Those 4 guys that I mentioned there, those are our bread and butter players, man. Whatever happens between those 4 guys, they need the 5th guy, whoever it is, to blend into what they're doing, not fit in somebody else to do something extra. Our 4 guys that I mentioned in this podcast so far are the main ones. Everyone else is just secondary to that. Shout out to Obi. He's playing well in the role that he's playing. But we cannot go anywhere without the top 4 guys setting the table and setting the example for the Knicks going forward, man, baby. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about that. But I want to talk about this roster. We did chop the 3 guys off to get the roster down to 15 plus the 2, I guess, plus the 2 G League 2-way players. So the 2-way players right now are Faron Hunt and Trevor Keels. Faron Hunt for whatever that he did to Fournier in the practice that people keep talking about. He's a 2-way player and he belongs in the G League. He's not that good. Can he come in and fill in for injuries? Yes. But not to be no starter or nothing like that, or not to replace Fournier or anything else that anybody got in their imagination. Trevor Keels is not ready for nothing at this present time, man. But hopefully he can get there. We'll see what happens. We're definitely going to need him eventually. Another name, Ryan Archinato. Let me talk about this kid for a second, man. Ryan Archinato, he won championships with Jalen Brunson. So when I first saw him, in the Chicago Bulls uniform. And when I saw him, I was like, yo, who's this white boy? He's pretty good. And so, that's that kid from Villanova. Oh, that kid from Villanova, the one that was winning championships? But y'all forgot about him. And I'm like, oh, snap, that kid is going to be good. Then I didn't hear from him no more. Next thing you know, Knicks picked him up. I'm like, oh, snap, that kid from Villanova is pretty good. So listen, that kid is still pretty good. If you watched him play in the preseason, you see that he's still that guy. He still could be that person. Am I going to start him over quickly or anything like that? No, not at the moment. But there's a long season. Guys get hurt. If we end up making a trade of some kind and we loosen up the backcourt a little bit, I'm okay with Ryan Archinato getting an upgrade into the rotation. Bottom of the rotation, I'm okay with that. I think that he would be pretty good in that position. So to have that mentality about this dude, bottom of the bench guy, I'm not counting on him to be in the rotation, like I said. But I mean, if something happens, if some the injury happens, I think we'll be fine with Ryan Archinato, man. Shout out to another guy. We've been talking about him too. Svi. I can't pronounce his name for nothing, but I know the kid is good. I learned today that he's from that no, he's not from Germany. I believe he's from the Ukraine. Okay, he's from Ukraine. Isaiah Hardenstein is the one that's from Germany. But anyway, Svi is in the same boat as Ryan Archinato. If we make a trade, if we trade Cam Reddish or something like this, and to get somebody else in here, or we make a bigger trade or whatever, we can upgrade Svi into the same position. If we upgrade the team a different way, and then it's good that we have guys like Svi and Ryan Archinato to come to move up or whatever. Even if they don't move up, just as practice players, could you imagine the positives that Svi and Ryan Archinato can give the team just based off their games alone, being able to shoot the three, being athletic enough, being able to get to the basket and stuff like that, to be decoys, to be good practice players for the main rotation guys, man. Come on, man. That's invaluable. That's invaluable for winning teams, to have guys that good at the bottom of the bench, to keep yourself sharp, throughout the season. That's great. That's a great thing to have, man. Shout out to McBride. McBride is a part of that group. What's his name? Jericho Sims is a part of that group. So all these guys are extremely important, because Jericho Sims banging against Mitchell Robinson all year, or banging with Isaiah Hardenstein all year. That's valuable. That keeps you always on point. Because if you got to bang with Jericho Sims, it's not getting no minutes, and you got to bang with him every day in practice, what does that do for you in the game? What does that do for Jericho Sims' career also? Getting to bang with Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hardenstein for a living. Same thing with the other guys, vice versa. It's just iron sharpens iron. I think we're in a great position, y'all. I think we're in a great position. For anybody that wants to waste time complaining about this guy, that guy, oh, I'm not sure, let me wait and see. Listen, man, we are here. Open your eyes, see what's going on, and believe it, baby. Believe it. Believe it. So shout out to everybody here. I don't know why I keep pointing to this person here. The Puerto Rican flag, I love it. And Wonder Woman, I just love the connection, man. Wonder Woman. I wish I knew how to speak Spanish well, because then I can make my own little funny joke there about your name. But shout out to you, always popping in here. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm looking at to see what Greenhouse is saying here. You saw that one. Let me make this smaller here so I can see myself here and see you guys as well. Yeah, I saw that one. So it was a little slow, not enough snap on it, but listen, he took the contact is what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't need to be like quick or whatever. He was able to keep his ground, keep his pivot foot, don't travel, spin, and still finish through traffic like he wasn't even there. That's something that he has yet to been able to do up until this time in his career. Yeah, man. He had a little post spin and fade before. But everything with RJ has to do with step backs. Everything is a step back. So if he had a little post and spin, it always has to do with some kind of step back or something so far out of his range or something like that. It's just not right. It just doesn't look good. Yeah, but I get what you're saying there about the snap. I get it though. I definitely get it. So I'm with you, Greenhouse. But like I said, there's regardless of what we agree about that thing, there definitely is something different about RJ Barrett, man. It's something different that's positive. And I think he's going to do exactly what people have been saying about him. If RJ moves like that, he will become a better scorer. His drives are so predictable. I mean, they were just driving him into one spot, and he was just doing the same he wasn't even like going like this. He was going over his head this way, because that's the only way that he can get the ball up. So now it's different. Now he's coming at cats and pushing cats off him. You know what I'm saying? And going right through them like they're not even there. That's amazing, man. Sherman again, man. What does Obi do better than Mitch offensively, other than shoot badly from three? So I mean, Sherman got something against Obi, but as far as role, Obi Toppin's role is to be basically be a pussy. Be the guy that's all he's doing is trying to get chippy dunks, and he's not dunking on anybody. He's not gonna come down there with ferocity and jump over somebody and bang it on and take the contact and bang it on it. He's not gonna do nothing like that. His job is to get chippy dunks, chippy plays, a lot of effort plays, that type of thing. He's looking to get alley-oops every 5 seconds, him pointing to the sky, and then shoot chippy 3-point shots. Maybe every once in a while he might get a finesse play on the inside. I'll take somebody off the dribble, do a spin move, and maybe flip it in or something like that. But he's not taking no contact and dunking on or being no Amari Stoudemire. People keep talking about Amari Stoudemire. How could you possibly see Amari Stoudemire when you look at Obi Toppin? He is what he is. He's going to play soft, finesse basketball, running up and down the court, getting dunks, and that's it. Shooting threes from time to time, and that's it. So but I'm saying that in such a way, but I'm also trying to explain that he does that is an asset to the team. That's something that's a deep contrast to Julius Randle. But just because he could do that doesn't mean that we can trade Julius Randle or we can shit on Julius Randle just because we want Obi Toppin to be in that starting spot. So I'm there with Sherwin halfway. I'm not all the way there because Sherwin will be going crazy on Obi Toppin. So I will agree. Like I said, he does have something that's going to benefit the team. But at the same time, we can't give up Julius Randle just because he does that. But in the team concept, man, we absolutely need that. We absolutely need what Obi Toppin brings coming off the bench because it's a different look, and that's going to be our asset all year with this starters and bench thing, man. The way that we can interchange players and we can get the most out of guys and stuff. And whoever's up plays and they should be able to function. That's going to be our that's going to be how we kill kids, man. Yeah, Gafford is trash, man. He had one nice athletic block, I think, against Brunson, but Brunson threw the ball over his head and he was able to knock it out of bounds and stuff. But Gafford is trash. We all know that. But like I said, is if Mitchell Robinson can continue to do what he's been doing, because him playing against the Pacers, he was able to do what I was thinking. Him playing against Detroit was undersized as well, but they are physical. They have physical guys there. But Mitchell Robinson was able to compete with those guys there and dominate them. He dominated the Pacers as well. So I'm very excited about him. Him flying around, that concept of flying around is just, you just got to be careful with that because people are using that for their narrative, him being able to guard all 5 positions and all this other stuff, which is inaccurate, man. Inaccurate. Just because the guy's athletic and he can do that doesn't mean we want him to do that. He needs to play center, period. And then, like I said, on offense, get that shot on the rim. Mitchell Robinson is going to get the offensive rebound, bro. You know what I'm saying? If he's not going to get it, somebody's going to get an opportunity because Mitchell Robinson finally is throwing his weight around in the paint and instilling his will out there on the field, man. So it's amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. Every team we played in the preseason was not taking serious as we did. Shame on them. I agree with that though, Greenhouse. But shame on them for not taking the preseason serious. You know what I'm saying? If they could turn it on in the off season and play well, then that's on them. But we got to take every game serious. Like we can't take. We're not that good to take games off. Detroit and the Pacers, they're not good enough to take plays off or take games off and that type of thing. Showing like with the Knicks, they took the Pacers in the second half. They basically gave the game to them. They didn't beat us. We gave the game to them. If we would have played that third game against the Pacers, if we would have played it the way that we played against the Washington Wizards, we would have beat them in that second game in the Pacers too. So we got Trisha Dem music. J Money is rubbing on the whole team. Hardenstein is teaching Mitch how to box out. Yo, listen, it's all about the banging in practice, man. Mitchell Robinson got to deal with Hardenstein, and now you got to deal with Jericho Sims too, man. 2 beasts in practice every day. You're gonna pick up some habits. Get that dude off of me. Hartenstein, listen, man, you're the starter. This is what I do. This is what you need to do. And shout out to Othello Harrington. Hopefully Othello Harrington is giving them some tips too on how to position and just put stuff in their mind to get them to play their position properly. And I think they've done like I'm trying to say, I think Mitchell Robinson finally got it. And also too, he's talking out there. A lot of times he was directing traffic and stuff. If he was late coming back, he was pointing and you could see him verbally talking to guys on the court, telling them to go where they need to go on defense, which is incredible, man. He's not begging for alley-oops out there. He's just out there playing, doing his thing, man. And I really appreciate it. And I hope he can keep that up as the year goes on, man. Keep showing that Mitch is my favorite. Mitch is Mitch Hive stand-up. Okay, I got you. Listen, I don't have no hive. You guys know that about me too. Only jersey that I have is my own. I don't cap for these players. I'm not going to talk badly about one player to pull up another player. Or if I am talking badly about another player, I'm not doing that because I'm trying to pull up somebody else. That's not how I do things here. That's not how I fan. That's not how I cover the Knicks and stuff. I give everybody the business. So I'm never going to be that guy that's going to go to do that, put guys against each other just for my own personal narrative. It's always about the Knicks and always about winning. Jericho's going to shock fans eventually. Yeah, everybody's still giving a shout out. Shout out to Jarrell, all the big dogs here, Andy, Canal, Geraldine, JJ. I think I saw Andy ask for a link. I forgot about that. But I mean, I'm almost done here, Andy, so I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, this is one thing that I got to be careful with my words when I say it, because I don't need people jumping down my throat. But people are here they're almost here for like a beauty contest. Almost here for a swimsuit edition. Should Obi Toppin just play without a jersey on, just be bare chested, so people could really get the full effect of these dunks that he's doing? Like, why are you watching the game? Are you watching the game for that? For like the shock and awe of like, wow, look how great he looks, from doing a stylish dunk in the air, like I said, we need it. We need that within the team. But the way people cap for this dude just because he could dunk the basketball is ridiculous. It really is ridiculous, man. Let's talk about the game. I don't want to talk so much about dunking. So what? He's like 6'8" or whatever he is. He's supposed to be able to dunk. How about you get a rebound, bro? Come on, man. How about you battle on the inside for the rebounds and battle for loose balls, man? And stop waiting for the guards to do it so you can get your little chippy dunks every 5 seconds. But anyway, that's an asset to the team. And so, like I said, I'm not trying to get into pushing this guy down to push that guy up, or I'm just not trying to get into that, man. It's easy to get baited into. I tell you that, though. So anyway, let's see what else you guys are saying here. McBride, definitely. I was mentioning McBride a little earlier. Yes, he is in Ukraine, absolutely. Mikhailuk, that's his name. Svi Mikhailuk. That's a bit problematic for me, man. Yeah. So what else we got here? Let me in this so you can pronounce it. Yeah, I got you. So anyway, I just want to close up here, man. Hartenstein is from the U.S. His father's from Germany. Yes. If you saw the podcast before this, when I did it with Nick with Knicks Nation Germany, he explained all that to me, man. So I get it. I get where he's from. He's still he's on a national team, so he's gonna be playing for Germany and stuff like that too. So that's good for him. What else we got going on here? I forgot. I didn't even realize I missed all these comments here, man. So I'm sorry, I'm just getting to these guys to these comments so late here. For sure, RJ is different, and it's not surprising. Yeah, it was absolutely. I agree with that. It was written. He's always been good, an overachiever his whole entire career. So it was just really about him getting the speed of the game or figuring out how to score consistently in a professional way. And I think he's there. I think he finally did it. I don't think he's going to get much better than this, though. He's gonna be able to clean it up and make it more refined, and definitely be more methodical with it. To that point, and which is fine. Because we don't need him to be like have such a dynamic scoring ability going through the legs and fadeaways and all this other stuff. We don't need him to do that. We just need him to be RJ Barrett. We just need him to score the way RJ Barrett's going to score and the way that we need him to score. So that's the most important thing. Whether he scores 20 points this way or 20 points that way, it really doesn't matter. It's still 20 points. But in the manner in which he's going to do it now, he's going to do it so much more efficiently. We're going to be very thrilled for this kid, man, this year. I believe in him. The bench is definitely the Achilles heel right now in the preseason. But the problems that the bench is having is something that's so easily fixed. So it'll be fixed through reps. In the meantime, if the bench is not playing well, then that's why you got starters. So then starters are going to have to play more minutes than you really want them to play. So if the bench can play better, then we can take some of the pressure off that starting unit, and that's key. So we definitely need these guys to play better coming off the bench, because that would definitely add to it. I forgot to turn my light on here. I just realized that. I forgot to turn my side light. So putting on the side light, as you can see, it kind of brings a little bit more glow to the face there. You can really see the shine on my face and whatever. So these are little tricks here of the trade that I forgot to put on a little bit earlier, man. Shout out to You say I see Amari. I see Amari and Obi. Listen, he just has to hit the weight room. Then he's not Amari. Amari Stoudemire has been a beast since he was like 15 years old. I think Amari Stoudemire had a growth spurt before he got to high school. I think he was like 6'9" his entire high school career. He was in there like knocking down the principal for Christ's sake. You know what I'm trying to say? He was like 6'9", 245, like for like more like the majority of his life he's been that size, man. So Obi Toppin has never grabbed somebody and then took him in and banged it on him. He's never done that. He just needs to get into the weight room. Then he's not there yet. I'm not talking about the future. I'm not talking about 5 years from now or whenever he gets his pro card and starts working out in Muscle Beach and stuff like that. I'm not talking about him drinking a whole bunch of protein shakes and being ready to be in some fitness competition 2 years from now. I'm talking about right now, 2022, 2023. Right now he's not that person. He's essentially Sean Marion, but Sean Marion was stronger than him because Sean Marion will take you down there and bang it on you. Obi Toppin's not doing that no time soon. Once again, shout out to Steph, because I'm looking at Dope Soul Sports. There's Steph there, Queen Steph. What else we got going on here? I like the comments, man. I like you guys. Yeah, I can talk to myself all day. You guys know that already. But to see you guys in the comments definitely does help out a lot. To add some extra stuff to the mix here. We're seeing Sweet Geraldine here. Mitch said that the Knicks was loyal to him and he's going to be. Listen, man, it's about time. Here's one thing with Mitch Robinson. He got his money, so it gave him a chance to chill out. You know what I'm saying? On a couple things in the summertime, I did not agree with the whole hating stuff. Stop talking about haters, man. There's people that I comment on, right, or other fans comment on the same positive things. But then if you look through the comments, who is the initial post replying to? People talking shit. Why not comment on the people, on the other hundreds of people that are giving positive remarks to? People always go to the negative and then they use that. The haters. Man, you are the one highlighting them. Stop talking to the haters. Talk to the real. That's the whole point of this podcast, man. Talk to the real people. Talk to the real people. Stop giving the people that are negative the light. The people like us. The whole point of these podcasts and stuff like that is to give us a different outlook. Because if you want to be negative, all I got to do is go look up to see what Frank Isola is talking about. If I want some more negativity, I just go get his former coworker Steve Bonley and see what he's talking about. If I definitely want to talk about something negative or be like lied to in my face, just talk to Berman. Or anybody else that you can think of. That's the whole point of these podcasts, to not have these people that are stirring up negativity out there. So once you do have the podcasts and stuff like that, why are you talking to the haters? I don't get it. You're just regurgitating the same stuff. You're repeating the sins of the past. What the fuck is going on with that? That I just don't get it. I just don't get it, man. Shout out Trilogy Music. I see you, man. I see a lot of guys here. Pierre Moyes, I believe you're the one that are you the one that just took the last spot on the diehard Knicks Invitational, the fantasy league? Are you the one that took the last spot? So let me know if you did, man. 3 months in the weight room. I mean, listen, man. The weight room, it doesn't mean nothing. You ever heard the phrase "big for nothing"? In the weight room doing what? Doing curls for the girls, doing curls for the girls is gonna get him something. Like, come on, shit is crazy to me. It's nonsense, Yeah. Lord have mercy. What else is going on here? Okay, so Pierre is the one. Yes, you are. All right, cool, man. Welcome to the Fantasy League. So that's a good segue. For those that follow the podcast, this will be the second year that I did it. The first year that I did I wasn't able to pay attention to it. I kind of messed it up a little bit, so I finished late. I finished maybe the 8th. The second year I finished 3rd, but only because the last I think the second to last week before the championship game, my whole team got freaking injured. So that's the reason why I didn't win my own league. Shout out to the MBK League. I finally started the MBK League. Per their requests, shout out to Annie and these guys here, man. But I started it late, and I plan on winning that one too because I won it 2 years in a row. So I plan on winning it a third time, man. So hopefully I can win both leagues. and hopefully everybody can have a good time. I will be doing a live podcast for that on Monday at 8:15 to do a live draft. So whoever wants to pop in for that, that's in that draft, you're welcome. More than welcome. That'll be one of the few times that I put 10 people in the on the screen, and we all just talk over each other while the draft is going. So that's one of the few times I do that. Yeah. Also, like I said, I'll be doing my little recaps after the games. You know, we'll try to single out a time for that. You know, as the season goes on. A couple other things too that I can't really think of here. Also, Die Hard as a Friend. Tune in for those. I definitely want to keep doing those. And keep interviewing people that I think is interesting, is like important for the culture. He goes dope soul here. The only reason you here we go with the bullshit. The only reason I beat me last year was because I have multiple injuries. Listen, you know, if you look at the thing too, I had injuries also, man. So you know, whatever you want to say, Steph. You know, next year is another year. Injuries are part of the game, and I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. You know, just get ready for your loss, okay? Thank you very much. Yeah, man, I'll see you guys soon. It's your boy Eru. Shout out to everybody in chat. Thank you everybody for tuning in to both pods today. It's been a busy day. I'm gonna take a break for the rest of the night, and I'll see you guys soon, man. It's your boy Eru. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb salute, and I'll see you guys next time, man. I never have the outro queued up, but here it goes. Bye.